The BBC is proud to present one of those crazy old nights. And now, Richard Blystone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Richard Blystone, and thank you for joining us. Tonight, we turn our focus towards the most recent from a long line of chivalric upholders. Yes, tonight you will be able to look deep inside the life and times of Don Quixote, man of La Mancha. But first, a short biography. Not much is known about Don Quixote's past before his knighting, but we do know that he was a very wealthy man. He had worked very hard as a child, and that work very much paid off for him. At age 55, he found himself living in La Mancha in a very large home, and in that large home was a very large library, filled with thousands of books, but all written on one topic: chivalry. He had books about knights, he had books about knights that weren't even real, he had books on the code and rules of chivalry, books on every part of chivalry you could imagine, and he read them all. Obviously, reading all of these books, he was having trouble keeping the thoughts of him himself becoming a knight one day out of his head. These thoughts eventually drove him to madness, a madness that caused one to go out and try to change one's life entirely. Yes, he donned his great-great-great-grandfather's armor, which consisted of a shattered chestplate, a broken helm, and a pair of rather rusty greaves, mounted his old, frail steed, and set off looking for adventure. He found his first real battle on an open set of hills, where there were thousands of windmills laid out, but blinded by his madness, these windmills were turned into giants, swinging their giant arms and ready to strike. After asking God for a blessing in the battle he was about to enter, Don Quixote readied his lance and charged full speed at the windmills. No good could come of this. He awoke the next morning, finding himself covered with bumps and bruises, and his lance shattered on the ground. I have here with me Doreen Withers, who actually accounted Don Quixote charging into the windmills. Welcome, Doreen.
Well, thank you, Richard. I watch you all the time.
Yes, of course. Now, Mrs. Withers, we've been told that you actually accounted Don Quixote's mishap of the windmills.
Yes, I did. I was just taking my grain to the mill for a last bit of season grinding, when a horse came galloping at full speed. Well, naturally, I was a bit uptaken, as any woman in her right mind would be.
Indeed. And what happened after the horse ran by you?
Well, after I gathered my wits about me, I turned just in time to see the man on the horse, ran smash into the windmill I was headed.
Thank you, Doreen. Well, so concludes our time together. As you may have noticed, Don Quixote changed from a mild, old, rather rich man to a wild, bumbling lunatic whose ideas of chivalry were preposterous and false. I'm Richard Blystone. Good night.